Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Beaky, and let's talk EA Play 2018. Did EA actually do their job to get gamers hyped up for their lineup coming in 2018 into 2019? Especially people like me who like to consider ourselves really enthusiastic gamers, people who stay on the top of all things gaming. Well, this conference definitely was an improvement of last year's cringe fest with those influencers on stage were missing their lines. That didn't really happen this year. Today was by the book, show games, show gameplay, and have developers out on stage talking. But with that, there were some mistakes. But let's start off from the very beginning of the conference, some of the great stuff. The little intro in the beginning with Anthem and AR was really darn cool. I didn't expect that right there. After that, we get introduced to our new host for the day. She was really well put together. She said her lines great. She did her job by trying to promote EA games, even when some of the games were kind of boring, like the mobile game we'll talk about later on today. Next up after that, we did have Battlefield on stage, and I think the Battlefield presentation was absolutely horrific. I've never been less excited for a Battlefield game in my life, and this has nothing to do with like the character. It just does not seem like a good presentation of Battlefield this year around, from the way the developers are talking about the game, from the way they're presenting the game. It's just, they're just not doing a great job. In fact, the most entertaining thing I found about Battlefield was when I went onto my YouTube channel and just got recommended that NVIDIA put out a trailer of some of the gameplay from the multiplayer. And I was like, oh, I was just watching somebody play the multiplayer. I was like, okay, this player looks pretty decent. And I was like, okay, that did a way better job than the over 10 minutes worth of talk on EA Play for Battlefield 5. It's just, EA is not doing their great job at promoting this game correctly, I think, currently, compared to Battlefield 1, which was really exciting. After that, we had a bunch of stuff happen. We had the CEO of EA come out on stage, and he went ahead and talked a lot about EA's newest initiative to really push hard with their cloud gaming and have a new Origin Premier service, and that seemed interesting as well. He didn't spend too much time on it, so I didn't say it was really boring. It's always nice to see the CEO of the company come out and just say a few words to just see where the company's at, and I'm always okay with that. We did see some stuff about FIFA, and FIFA's a big game for EA, and they're definitely going to keep on pushing FIFA forward, and it's FIFA, guys. If you like FIFA, you'll like the parts about FIFA. If you're not into that type of stuff, then you just watch it and move on. They did come out and talk about Battlefront 2. They're going to have more content added to the game. That's good for the players who are still playing Battlefront 2. Still to this point, I'm just not going to support that game. I haven't bought it yet, and I'm still not planning on buying it, so that nothing they showed today would change my mind on picking up Battlefront 2. They messed up when they did what they did in the beginning, and that's just me being a gamer sticking to what I said. I wasn't going to buy that game, and to this day, I have not bought that game, and I'm going to continue not to do that. Moving on from there, guys, we did get Yarny 2 on stage. Yarny 2 looks amazing. It looks like it's so much fun, and it's a big problem for me because I played Yarny 1, and just that game's controls and some parts of the game just kind of bug me. I'm like, I love how you look. I love what you are doing, but I just kind of don't like the way the game feels. So it's not saying that the game is bad. It's just that one of those things, like, you know, as a gamer, while you're playing the game, if you're just not having fun with the gameplay itself, then you're like, damn it, I don't want to. I'm not saying you're a bad game. I'm just not into the gameplay itself. But I think it looks amazing. I like watching. I like seeing what the game's all about. So Yarny 2 definitely looks really interesting. Then we had a developer come out and talk about Sea of Solitude. So Sea of Solitude came out. The game is very artistically beautiful. I really like the art style it's going for. Developer seems very passionate about the game she's trying to make right now, and I'm happy to see developers on stage, and EA seems so passionate about the games, especially when it's these third-party developers that EA is trying to work with to publish their games. And I'm glad to see stuff like that, like we saw before with A Way Out, and we saw with the first Yarny game. So EA is doing a good thing with the third-party developers, and I think that's actually a very positive thing for the industry, and it makes EA looks a little better as well. I think as a company, that's one of the few things that makes me feel like, oh, EA is going out there finding these little tiny small games and trying to promote them. Because I mean, I would have probably never known about Sea of Solitude unless it was on EA stage, and now I'm looking at the art style and looking like, wait, this might be a game I would be definitely willing to try out. Also, Yarny 2, I forgot to mention, that game's actually available to play right now. So if you guys want to pick that up, go ahead and do that right now. They did go ahead and talk about Madden, because Madden is, well, Madden. It's a big money maker. Madden does what it does. So if you guys want to pick up Madden, do that. They're talking about the new NBA game as well. So if you're into NBA, go ahead and pick that up. Once again, those are the segments. If you're into sports games, there's not much I'm going to be able to add to that. So I'm not going to be trying to be one of those YouTubers trying to talk about something I don't know about. I'm not deep into the sports game, but if that's your thing, there's definitely YouTube channels out there to find out more information about that. Then we get ourselves to the mobile part of the game, guys. They actually brought out a whole entire two, you could call them pro gamers who are good in RTS, and they're actually introducing a new Command and Conquer mobile RTS game. And people, I was watching the chat, people just flip their shit. Like, why is this a Command and Conquer game on mobile? And I'm not blaming anybody for being upset. Last time we saw like an old franchise come back on mobile, it went pretty bad for EA. Like, the microtransaction they're doing there just made people upset. So I can understand why people are fear right now to see a game like Command and Conquer, some people who have really long history with, becoming a mobile title, especially from EA. EA is kind of bad with their mobile titles sometimes. So I am afraid to see what the microtransactions is going to be like in this game. So hopefully they do a good job and just make it a good game all around. From the gameplay I'm seeing, it's like, alright, it's RTS. If you want that type of gameplay on the go, sure. For me, I'm like, probably would have been better just to make this really a full desktop game and just charge people the freaking $60, make a good interface all around it. I will say one thing though, the trailer they showed for this game looked absolutely amazing, so I will give them that. I just really like how the whole battles play out, but once again, once I saw the trailer, I was like, man, it would have kind of been cool. This was like a $60 or whatever, like a free-to-play mobile or desktop game. No, I mean, free-to-play desktop game and a console game, and then just like, you know, had story with it and all that. But I'm always hesitant with EA Mobile because they have screwed us over in the past, and unfortunately, my voice wasn't the only one out there. A lot of gamers were saying the same thing when I was reading chat. That's always a fun thing to do, is read chat while you're watching these conferences, because you get to see what other gamers feel about the game as well. Alright, moving on from that, after we checked out the amazingness that is that mobile title. Nah, joking, guys. We had Anthem. So Anthem's what they really went ahead and closed the show out. And if you guys really want to see my point-by-point opinion on Anthem, I went ahead and did a 20-minute video where I watched over everything they showcased for Anthem and shared my opinion. But overall, coming out of the Anthem showcase, I am saying this is probably going to be a good game, gameplay wise. Like, from what I'm seeing from just the gameplay of how the attacks work, how moving around in the world works, how it just seems like they have made a good gameplay game. Will the story around that be good? Is it going to be like Destiny, where the story's not fleshed out as much? I'm a little hesitant on that, but they did say a few things with the developers that made me very interested. Like the fact that when you go back to your base in Anthem, that becomes more of a single player story type content. So like, you are back in your base and that story is about your character, whoever you are playing, and that character is experiencing the story for themselves. It's not really a complete shared world story where you go back to your base and you see a bunch of other players talking to the same NPC doing the story at the same time as you are, and makes you not feel like you're really accomplishing anything. So hopefully they're able to pull that off correctly, and this whole jump in, jump out co-op works out quite well. And the fact that you could actually go ahead and switch up the mechs the suits you're basically wearing any single time, I kind of like that. The storm suit with the electricity looks pretty cool. They have the big kind of like almost like a juggernaut one in red. I think all that's really fun, and everything I'm seeing on Anthem right now is making me pretty excited for the game, which is really a good thing. I really wanted to actually like Anthem and be something I was really excited to see, and that's what they did the best off in this show. They did a great showcase for Anthem compared to what they have done in the past for Battlefield. I feel like the Anthem showcase actually took over for the Battlefield, which they've done so well in the past, and I was so let down by Battlefield 5. I can't even believe how let down I am. And I guess I didn't even mention it earlier, but they didn't mention Battlefield 5 was going to have Battle Royale, but it was so mentioned so quickly that it didn't even click into my head to really talk about it in this video, because they just mentioned it and said, hey, we'll show this later on. I'm like, okay, how you just mention Battle Royale and just like move on with it? Like, you know, it probably would have been pretty smart to go a little bit deeper into that, because if you did, it might have been able to something stand out and give me something a little bit more hyped about Battlefield 5. But this video is not about to complain about what EA has been doing with Battlefield 5. I'm just trying to say to you guys, not that the game for Battlefield 5 is going to be a bad game. I just think EA is not doing a good job at actually marketing and promoting the game to their best of their ability, which is definitely something important. And that's the whole entire thing about the EA press conference. You want these press conferences, these showcases, to actually get us as gamers to want to pick up their game and want to play their game. And there definitely are titles from this that definitely did do their job. So for me, let's just wrap it all up. Anthem. They did a great job of showcasing what Anthem was. They talked a lot with the developers, which I was a little afraid at the beginning that they were not going to show enough gameplay, but they did definitely deliver by doing the talking, switching over to gameplay, and I think actually showing enough gameplay and spending 20 minutes just on that one game was actually definitely sufficient. And at the end, they're saying that the 20 minutes they showed is actually not even everything, because if you actually go to the EA Live Play, if you're able to go there, you could actually play more of the game. And I'm sure some YouTuber or somebody will upload the rest of what they could showcase later on. Now, just to mention one other thing though, for the Battlefield, they did actually mention that at Microsoft press conference, we will be able to see some more of the single player of Battlefield there. But still, once again, this is EA's press conference, and everybody's here who likes EA games. It might be here to watch this, and maybe they don't have an Xbox, and maybe they won't even bother to watch an Xbox press conference. Because I have a lot of friends who play PlayStation, and they don't have an Xbox One, so they wouldn't even bother to go watch an Xbox conference to see the rest of Battlefield, and this is their first impression of what Battlefield is at a big stage event like this. And they're the type of people that just watch an E3 and they're not following up on gaming news on IGN or any other websites daily throughout the week. They're just not their thing, so they'll see this and they'll be like, okay, if that's what Battlefield is, they're going to move on. Battle Royale, they're like, man, I got Fortnite, or if they don't play Fortnite, they got PUBG, and they move on from there on PC. Yarny 2, I think that's going to be an excellent thing they did right there by releasing it available for right now. Go ahead and go play it right there. What the CEO was talking about investing in cloud and, having their new subscription service, it definitely will be appealing to some gamers. I mean, being able to access Madden for the first time in a long time on PC, so Madden's coming to PC now, is a big thing. So there are lots of positive things coming from this press conference, and I think overall it's a lot more better than they did in the past. Overall, though, for me personally, me directly, most of the games they have showcased, I won't be playing. It's a very few of the titles I actually want to play. Once again, it's going to be Sea of Solitude, which is like a third-party developed game, and it's going to be Anthem. Besides that, the rest of them, I'm like, oh, they're good games, probably, but they're probably not going to be for me. And yeah, I'll leave it at that, guys. I will just say, for leaving out of this, I just can't kind of believe they didn't announce Skate 4. But yeah, guys, we should have probably expected that. All was rumors, and it probably wasn't going to happen. But overall, EA, you did a better job than last year's Critics Fest, and I think that's positive for the gaming industry. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section a little below. It's been Beaky here with the Untitled Game Show. Go ahead and discuss it